Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, guys. Hope you're doing well and enjoying the journey of learning in Tabarak Academy. So, well, after the first 10 episodes right now, alhamdulillah, I mean, with showing the content of Aqeedah. So far, we talked about a lot of things related to the pillars of faith and the articles of faith, Iman. We talked about the angels, the prophets, the books, the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We talked about the destiny, the qadr, either it's good or bad. Talked about the day of judgment. All those things make basically the person be more more content with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's creation, and also more content and pleased and satisfied about how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is planning his life. Because also we talked about the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and one of the names of Allah is Al-Musawwir subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Mudabbir, the planner, the best of the planners is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So all the things basically cannot give us the best guidance if we are just believing in those things only and we're not improving our behaviors. That's something really, really important not a lot of people pay attention to. So he makes sure all of his life he is improving when it comes to the knowledge, to the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Islamically, religiously. He's a pious person, but he's not having those kind of manners, that the Muslim should really be earning and should be having in his personality and character. So that's why the word Muslim means Muslim al-Salim al-Muslimuna min lisanihi wa yadihi, as it said in the Prophet ﷺ. Whoever people they're basically feeling peace and tranquil from his tongue. They're not really getting much harm or evil from his basically from his tongue or his basically hands, like he didn't commit something basically unpeaceful. That's what the right Muslim is. That's what the Muslim should be. So now we're going to talk inshallah today about manners the Muslim should be having. So what are the manners basically? The manners, they are adequate. They are behaviors, good behaviors that Muslim should have while he has that knowledge. So and that's why we believe those manners they're like the crown that be decorating the Muslim with his knowledge. So this is important and needed. This is also important and needed. So we're going to talk about a few things like respect. Muslims are definitely important to know that they respect each other. Respect, it's something really, really important that all Muslims, as we're all Muslims, we have to learn. We have to all be paying attention to that. We all have to be respected, have to be respectful to the others. This is also really important. So we talked about the respect. Respect is important, and also the modesty. So we can't be basically Muslims without modesty, without humbleness. So showing the arrogance is also one of the characters of the shaitan, the devil, Iblis. And also trustworthy. You have to be truthful and have trustworthy. You have to be someone who's like people they trust you. Like the Prophet ﷺ. Look at what the Prophet ﷺ had already that in his character before the prophecy. So the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ had modest. He was truthful. He was already known as a Sadiq al-Amin, the most truthful, the trustworthy. So if any basically person forgot something while he's selling or buying whatever thing, and he forgot like a little item or something, he's gonna be like, hey, come up here, you forgot this. And that's not unfortunately happened with the traders, with the merchants. So the Prophet ﷺ was known through that. That's why it made it easy look at that here, it's important. That made it really easy for people to believe in him. Because when you think about a person like that, well, if the person has all the things, modesty, respect, good mentality, maturity, respect, humbleness, truthfulness, trust, he's having trust. I mean, that makes it easy for people to believe in him, inshallah. And we're going to have a quick story for this. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned before in the hadith that there was basically a woman. She was basically pious. She was praying and she was fasting, all things. But she was not really good to her neighbors. She didn't have many of those manners. She didn't have much of those good manners. So the Prophet told her, she's in the hellfire. After, regardless of all those timings, she was doing ibadah, for fasting, praying, all those things. She was good to herself, but she was not good to the others. So that's one thing. And the Prophet mentioned that there was a woman. She was not really good at piety. She's not having much taqwa, but she was really good to her. As the Prophet said, she's in Jannah. Hiya fil Jannah. Subhanallah. Look at the difference, and that shows us the importance of having Islamic manners. So all the kids here listening to me, or you guys parents or whoever, getting those kind of adequate manners make you and your knowledge decorated as like you're wearing a crown of those manners, and that make it really easy. And that's what exactly the real call of Islam. Wish you all the best. Jazakumullah khairan, and hope you that was beneficial. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.